If you want to be the leader that people fight to stay with because of how good of a leader you are, here is one thing that you can do this weekend that they will not be expecting from you on Monday. Hi, my name is Beverly. I am a chief operating officer who's been scaling operations for over a decade in over 10 industries. And I am very privileged that to this day, I have former employees who still reach out for coffee to connect, who cried when I left businesses. Here's one thing that you can do that I do that will help your teams feel like you are the freaking bomb, because you are. This weekend, I want you to think about all the ways in which your team stepped up. And even if you are not in a leadership position yet, but you are trying to position yourself for a leadership position internally, still do this. I want you to write down on a piece of paper or maybe jot in your phone the different ways that your team have stepped in the gap for you. Maybe when you were bogged down with a bunch of stuff. Maybe they took over for someone else who was out this week. Maybe they finished a new project that's really going to help you and the rest of the team. Maybe they kept things bright and positive when other folks on your team were being negative. Write down all of the things that your team did this past week that really moved the needle when it came to just keeping everything running. And then what I want you to do, I want you to write an email to them, but it's not going to be scheduled until Monday morning to be sent. And here's what you're going to put in that email. I want you to thank them for their contributions this week and be specific. In that email, I want you to highlight the accomplishments they did this week or ways in which they kept up morale, that you saw it, that you appreciated it. Then I want you to share why that was beneficial this particular week. If you have allocated development spend for your team that you can use, at the end of the email, I want you to tell them that you'd love to gift them a $10, $15 gift card to their place of choice as a token of your appreciation. If you don't have professional development spend, then I want you to tell them that you have logged these accomplishments over this past week and that you will make sure that it's reflected in their upcoming performance review. The reason why this is really important is because often people get to the end of the week and they are burnt out. They feel like their leaders don't see them, feel like their leaders don't see their efforts, and oftentimes go through the weekend just trying to decompress after a busy week. So if the first email they get when they wake up on Monday morning or clock in on Monday morning is an email from you, not only recognizing with detail their contribution, but also an incentive or an acknowledgement that you want to in action recognize them, it's not only going to start that week strong, but it's going to validate your employees and make them feel like they are seen. I have done this at many points in my career, especially when I knew it was super busy, because gratitude is a key tenet of quality leadership. And this is one way that you can do that this weekend. Comment below if you want more intentional leadership tips on how to be the leader maybe you wish you had had, and follow for more.